Hey everybody, didn't see you there. Sorry. Long time no see. I mean, after all, I haven't uploaded since last year. Anyways, hello everybody, welcome back to another Mecha Model Kit review. Now, before we begin, I would like to share with you a cause that's very near and dear to my heart, and it would mean a lot to me if you would just take a minute to listen. As you may know, the Gunpla community suffers greatly from an elitism problem when it comes to how we build our kits. Many people believe that using hobby tools to assemble your kits is the only real way to go about it, but I'm here today to challenge that notion. You see, there are many of us who have faced great shame and ridicule simply because we do not want to use hobby nippers. We do not want to use sandpaper. We don't want to use X-Acto knives. Instead, we prefer to use the tools that God gave us. And by that, I mean we prefer to bite the nubs off of our kits using our teeth. We are nub eaters, and we will no longer be ashamed of who we are. I've started a campaign on Twitter to raise awareness for the nub eater community, and many have joined in to show their support for the cause. For those of you viewers at home, I would like to ask you just to take a quick moment out of your day to pause the video, go on Twitter right now, and share your support by posting under the hashtag #ProudNubEater. It's time for us to show the Gunpla community that we're here, we exist, and we like to bite the nubs off of our kits. Thank you for your time, thank you for listening, and thank you for your support. Alright, today we're taking a look at a Gundam. My channel name literally has Gundam in the name, and I haven't reviewed a Gundam in like, what, 4 months? What can I say? I have a knack for absolutely zero brand consistency. But I'll tell you what is consistent, and that's the awesome prices you can find at Galactic Toys.
Get to the fucking video, you hack. You're taking too long.
Hey, let me tell you something. If I want to keep getting free shit, I gotta shill a little, so bear with me. Anyways, today's kit was graciously provided to me for free by Galactic Toys, my channel sponsor, as you guys know, and by now, you know the drill. Link in the description, use code YSG10 for 10% off. We're good. Haha, more like you shill Gundam. More like you see corporate advertisements. Fuck, I'm done, okay. Shilling time is over, on to the actual review. So now that all the 10-year-olds with 30-second attention spans are gone, like I said, today we're taking a look at a Gundam. Not just any Gundam though. The high-grade Gundam Hajiroboshi from Iron-Blooded Orphans. That's right. Now, I'm sure I have plenty of Iron-Blooded Orphans fans in my audience, but I'd be willing to bet that maybe not a lot of you actually know where this kit comes from. After all, it's not from the anime, and it's not from the manga series, so where does it come from? Well, I did a little bit of digging, and turns out that it actually comes from the mobile game. Yeah, go figure. Now, I'm no mobile games player myself, although I would pretend to be one if Raid Shadow Legends offered me enough money, you know what I'm saying?
More like you shill Gundam.
But hey, all that matters is that it gave us this badass mobile suit design, and that's what really matters, right? None of us are here for any of that lore or world building. We're here because, wow, cool robot. So enough talk, let's get an up-close look at this kit. I gotta say, first impressions out of the box are pretty awesome. It looks great, as you would expect. The sculpt and detailing on the armor parts is amazing, and the proportions and colors on this thing, for lack of a shitty cliche, make it look like it jumped straight out of the game. Basically, the aesthetics of this kit are exactly what I would expect from a kit released in 2020. Now, what I wouldn't expect from a kit released in 2020 is the sticker sheet. Holy shit. I get that Bandai's gotta have a way to keep costs down for high grades, and they're not the best for color separation in general, I get it. But damn, some of these stickers are huge. They could have easily been their own parts, let's be real here. Bandai, I've seen what you did with the entry grade gun. Can we please get a little bit of that color separation love here, you know what I'm saying? Now, do the stickers make the kit terrible? No, but are they a huge pain in the ass? Yeah, I mean seriously, we get stickers all over this damn thing. Here, 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 huge one right here, and here. You get the idea. Now, something that's always baffled me about these IBO high grades is the attention to detail and color separation in the head sculpts of the Gundams. And then you get to the rest of the kit and the thing is just like, bam, thrown out the window. Fuck you, I hope you like stickers. Other than the stickers though, the kit looks good. And of course, this is exactly what the kit will look like just fresh out of the box. With of course, absolutely no extra effort applied because I am a certified hack. Let's take a quick look at the seam lines. The seam lines on this kit are actually not bad at all. Of course we do get a couple, it's a high grade kit after all. We have a couple on the sides of the thighs here, one up here on top of the shoulder armor, and one running down the back of what I assume are the rear thrusters. They kind of look like little planes. Overall though, pretty inoffensive, and I have zero complaints. One last thing I'll comment on about the appearance of this kit before we move on is the plastic of this kit. I think the colors look great. However, I was just a little bit surprised because I was expecting a more grayish white for the main color of the suit. However, what we get, and I don't know if it's going to show up on camera, but what we get out of box is actually kind of a pinkish white. So not good, not bad, it's just something I'd point out. Now moving on, how does this kit feel to handle? Well, it feels fine, especially as far as IBO high grades go, and for those of you who've built IBO high grades, you know exactly what I mean. And by that, for those of you who don't know, what I mean is anything on the kit that doesn't feel a little too loose already feels like it's gonna be too loose anytime soon. Like I said, if you built most IBO high grades, you know what I'm talking about with the Gundam frame that's in all these kits. But really, this kit doesn't feel too bad at all. I mean, it does have that waist joint that all Gundam frames do that likes to pop out ever so easily. And the shoulders feel a little bit too loose for my liking, but I mean, they can hold their pose just fine, so no complaints here really. They're just a slight bit looser than the rest of the kit, so it makes for a more inconsistent feeling than anything. The ankle joints also feel a tad bit loose, and combined with these high-heeled feet, well, it can make it a little bit difficult to pose. Either that or I'm just really terrible at posing my kits. Maybe it's just me. It's just something that I noticed when fiddling around with this thing. If you work with it enough, it should be sturdy enough to stand up. It should be sturdy enough to stand. It should be sturdy enough to. It just fucking broke. It should be sturdy enough to stand on its own. 10 out of 10 kit. Oh God. Oh God, I'm never gonna find. Oh God, I'm never gonna find that handpiece again, am I? Oh shit. Thankfully though, when it comes to posing this kit, the joints are at least solid enough to be able to hold virtually any pose you might want to put it in. Even with the shoulder joints feeling a tad bit loose, it does help that the accessories are very light. Speaking of accessories, the Gundam Hajiroboshi comes with, well, a few things. There's not much here, and well, what we do have, there's not much to talk about. First off, we get a mace. Anyways, it is a mace. Yep, that is definitely a... What the fuck do you want me to say about this thing? It's a single piece of plastic. It has no moving parts. You put it in the dude's hand, and whoop, he's got a melee weapon. Same goes for the gun, really, except this one has a shiny sticker on the camera. Nice. And if you don't want him to hold the gun, I suppose you could always just, you know, toss it back in the box. Haha, like a loser. Or you can take it out of his hand and slap it into either of these included hip holsters, just like that. Sits in there pretty snugly. It only looks significantly less cool, and it actually doesn't really obstruct the range of movement, which is nice. Which is more than I can say for some other IBO kits. Fuck you, Astaroth, and your unnecessarily large shotgun. I was going to review you last year, but I changed my mind. Last up for accessories, we get the shield, and this is undoubtedly the coolest thing in the Hajiroboshi's arsenal. And I'm not just saying that because it's the only accessory that we get with an ounce of color separation to it. It actually features a really cool gimmick here. You see both of these claws can fold out like so, and this extends to form a full drill bit. That would make for a very powerful attack, I would imagine. Now sadly, my impression of this accessory is a bit soiled because of the absolutely excessive amount of color correcting stickers we get with this thing. Seriously, look at this. There are stickers here, 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 here. Bandai. Bandai. Please, give me a reason as to why this had to happen. No, it's okay. I got all day. I can wait. This one I can excuse. These ones I feel like they definitely could have been their own parts. The shield can also plug into either arm and pivot just like so. So as far as accessories go, I mean, I can't say I'm too disappointed. We do really get everything you could ask for from a basic IBO kit. And by that I mean just some thematically appropriate melee weapons. Because after all, what is IBO if not for some super badass melee focused combat? And gratuitous character death. Anyways, let's move on to the articulation. We get a ball joint at the head, looking up and looking down. 360 spin all the way around. Arms can flip around 360 degrees, just watch out for that V-fin. Or I guess technically that would be a tri-fin. Shoulders are on a hinge joint. Arm can move up that far. 360 spin at the bicep. Pretty decent elbow bend, not a full bend, but it's good enough. Ball jointed wrist. We get a ball joint in the torso, which loves to pop out, just like that. We don't get any hip skirts. Instead, we get these holsters for the gun. These can move up and down and spin around. They sit on polycaps just in there. Can actually do the full splits. Can technically rotate 360 degrees at the thigh. Just be careful because it kind of made those thigh parts separate a little. We get a very nice double jointed knee bend right there. These rear thrusters can flip around and hinge up and down just like so. Okay, that actually just broke off. This ankle armor sits on a ball joint. Toe can bend up that far and down that far. A very nice toe point, actually. Now, one of my favorite things about the Gundam frame is usually the insane ankle pivot that you get, but the armor here seems to be restricting it a little. You still get a pretty good pivot there. That's very nice, but it doesn't get the full insane range that you'd see with some other kits. Anyways, guys, that's gonna just about do it for the high-grade Iron-Blooded Orphans Hajiroboshi review. Final thoughts on this kit? I think that overall it is a good kit. Now, it might have seemed like I complained a lot about this kit, and that's because I kind of did, but hey, can you blame me? Complaining is more fun. Honestly, my biggest complaint about this kit is just the stickers. I think that Bandai could have done better, but at the end of the day, really, you can paint it. All of these stickers on here would be fairly easy color applications, so you should have no problem if that's what you're worried about. It has decent articulation, and the accessories aren't anything to write home about, but there's nothing to complain about there either. Of course, I can't say it's a perfect handling experience, but hey, that's to be expected from the high-grade Gundam frame, you know? Overall, I'd say I like handling this one more than my other IBO kits that I've built though, so that's a plus. In fact, based on that and the aesthetics of this kit, I love how this thing looks. This has to be my favorite IBO suit that I've built so far. So for fans of IBO, or anyone looking to get a cool new high grade in general, I can definitely recommend that you pick this guy up. That's gonna do it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and it would mean a lot to me if you'd leave a like on the video. And to my sponsors, sorry it took me 3 months to review this kit, but hey, now you can send me something new. Or actually, maybe you shouldn't. I have a pretty big backlog going, and I've got a lot more kits coming in actually pretty soon. I do actually have quite a few videos planned out for the near future. I'm not gonna spoil anything right now, but I've got some pretty exciting stuff coming up. I'm planning on doing a quick type of video maybe soon just to give a brief rundown of everything I'm planning for 2021 so far. It won't be anything super serious, but it'll kind of give you guys an idea of where I'm at and what I've got going on. But yeah, guys, that's all from me for today. Again, thank you for watching. Thank you to my patrons, and that's all. See ya.